coach them one at a time, and that's the way it is.
I know it's water under the bridge and you can't do anything about it now, but is it frustrating? Kicking was something you were really good at last year. Your place kicker, and if he was around this year, you may have won a few of these close games that got away.
I agree with you, but those guys that we have, Manny Canto, Matthew Hill, those guys come out and they practice their butts off. Got two guys who've never played football before, but they come out, they take pride in their work. We miss, we fumble, we throw interceptions. It's no worse than that, and those guys take pride in their job too. So I really appreciated the effort Manny and Matthew Hill has given us. Unfortunately, just like all the other positions that made mistakes, it hadn't been good enough.
Do you see Drake coming off the bench this week in some playing time, or do you want JP to go wire to wire again?
Well, right now that's the plan. That's the plan. I wanted to play Dre some last game, but we were only on the field 3 minutes in the third quarter and a little more than 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. So there really wasn't a whole lot of time. And JP had been taking a beating. All of those the poor throws weren't just on him. I mean, he had guys sitting in his lap, stepping on his foot on some of those throws. So, but when you don't have pressure, you got to sit in there and you got to make the throw.
Coach, how do you respect Alabama State will test JP's growth as a passer this weekend?
Well, Alabama State have to beat our offensive line before they can get to JP, and that's what happened last week. There was just entirely too much pressure, and as a result, he threw some good balls early on, but then he threw some bad balls. So Alabama State going to do like every defensive coach or every defensive team, regardless of the level, they're going to try to get pressure on the quarterback. I don't know if you guys watched any of the Bears-Philadelphia game, but Urlacher said it's easy to play when your front four can apply pressure to the quarterback. Now you can drop more people into pass coverage, and he was talking about the interception that Michael Vick threw. So if you can win the one-on-one battles, which they did against us this past weekend, then you can eliminate the quarterback accuracy. Hopefully we'll be better protecting the quarterback this week, and we'll be able to complete some more passes.
So, assuming that you may have already seen Alabama State on film, could you talk a little bit about the pass rush?
Well, that's a good assumption because I have. They're pretty good. They are. They're pretty good, but I think our guys match up a little better against these guys in terms of size-wise. Now, physically and mentally, we have to go up there and we have to be ready to play because Alabama State, they know they have a lot riding on this game, and I think we have a lot riding on it as well. But I think we match up pretty good.
Any more questions for Coach Mitchell?
Nzikwe has stepped up as a good runner for you. Is it disappointing that looking at the stats at least, that another running back really hasn't emerged out of the group? Or?
Well, Jock, I would say early on, Nzikwe really wasn't our starter. We gave several guys an opportunity. I think Nzikwe may be the best running back we have, but I would say early on the offensive line really didn't perform in terms of run blocking the way that they are doing right now. And we passed the ball more early on because I thought that was the best thing for us to do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've been going pretty much strictly with Nzikwe. Last year, I think Gary Holloman had about 425 yards and Nzikwe had 230-some yards. But we don't have that second guy, and I think that's simply because of me giving him more reps than I gave that number 2 back last year.
Any more questions for Coach Mitchell?
One more, Coach. Just the amount of turnovers I'm sure you know about Alabama State creating. I'm going to guess that has to be a concern for you guys going in. What do you do to make sure that it kind of stays under control?
Well, when the ball is in the air, those guys feel, and they rightfully so, they should feel that. That's the way you want a defensive back to feel, as though they have just as much right to that ball as any. And I think these guys may have 20 interceptions or something like that. They do a tremendous job of stripping the ball. That's what defense is all about. We have to protect the ball because we have put it on the ground either by way of fumbling or interception. So that will definitely be an emphasis. It's been an emphasis all season long. Hopefully we'll take heed and protect the ball and give ourselves a chance to win this football game.
Does Dre have a good psyche in your mind? Does he kind of need to be kind of coached a little bit, or do you think he's motivated to make the most of his opportunities when he gets in there?
Well, I think he should, because I've been saying all along that Dre was my guy. Dre was my guy. I mean, that's all you want somebody to know, is that you're behind him, and now you just have to go out and play. I think he played extremely well when he came in the UAPB game, gave us a chance, and so I'm hoping when he get the opportunity to play, he'll perform.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's go.
A few more quick notes.